never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. I'm just trying to get this thing over here so I know what the time error is on it. So this is What If Deku was a Shadow Dragon, part 6, I think. Let me double check, just make sure. Alright, cool, I'm back. It's 6. I just had to make sure because I would have to restart the video over again. So been doing that recently, so we're going to split off, we're going to time skip a couple weeks. Izuku has, been keeping that hidden from, Kasuki that, he's, Luna's own personal servant now. As, he's like, man, I should have took the fight. As, you have Luna telling him what to do. She's just, ordering him around to get everything ready for the assembly that's going to happen. As she's like, make sure you get all the papers all together. I don't want to look stupid in front of the student body. You hear me, Dragon Boy? Izuku's like, yeah, I hear you. Jesus. You yell too much for a small stature girl as yourself. As, she, walks up in front of him and is like, what do you mean by that? As he's like, nothing, Blondie. And she's like, that's what I thought. No, get this stuff ready. As, they do that. As Kasuki's sitting where she normally sits at the, assembly. And she's like, where's Izuku at? I haven't seen him and he's been disappearing a lot. Damn that, Damn that Dragon Boy. As, Luna starts her presentation as, Kasuki sees, Midoriya. Now, he had longer hair before. She cut it to make him look presentable. And the hairstyle he has is what what Deku looks like in the thumbnail. So that's his hairstyle now. So, I forgot to mention that. Sorry, guys. As, she's almost busted up laughing because, Izuku, he's, his uniform's on properly. Let me do this real fast so that doesn't happen again. He's actually wearing his uniform properly. The whole dress code length and all that. His hair's kept. As, she's, she's having a ball over there. As that happens, and I haven't totally, haven't totally made up my mind for the ship. I'll put another poll up. I think I'm going to have to because, I don't know. I could go, for right now, I can see two. Not Momo because I put Shoto with her. But I could always break them up, because, I have the power of God, apparently. But, anyways, enough me rambling on about that. I'll think about it for a couple days and, probably not more couple days, probably, tonight and maybe tomorrow. Then, I'll come up with a plan and do it that way because I'm running out of time. Because each day the story's progressing and I'm getting close to UA. So let's continue. As all the student body, knows Izuku, the Dragon Boy. As they're like, why is the Dragon Boy, pandering, Ms. Princess over there? As they're all talking, as, the discipline committee gives them a stern look as, they shut up. as on, discipline committee, he's been talking. He's like, surprised, the Dragon Kid, survived. Luna, the president, can be quite vicious when it comes to her demands. As you're like, what? The last, the last assistant she had, he kind of, just up and left and didn't come back to school. So, that's a little background on how she treats her, assistants very harshly. Because, she's from a little bit wealthy family. Now, I saw the comment, I saw, I read all the comments. I don't always mention back, but, I do when I can. But, the only reason why, Luna was doing so well is because Izuku wasn't taking it serious. So, he's far superior when it comes to magic to her. But, like I said, he wasn't taking it serious. Because, if he took it serious, it would have been like a one-shot kill type of move. And, he was like, there's no fun in that for him. So, he was having fun, but he wasn't having enough fun to make him, go, 100% and just, nuke everyone. But that blast he was going to do at the end of it, that would have destroyed, anything in his path. Including the, the building outside in that direction. So let me pause this for a second. Okay, I'm back. As this, the announcements, it's boring stuff. You don't even know about that stuff. It's pointless to. I just want to get this done so I could implement some funny stuff here in a second. I find humor silly, so whatever. As not Shoto, sorry. As Kazuki walks up to, I was about to say Naruto for some reason. I don't know why, maybe because I've been, watching a couple of Naruto what ifs, but let's get on with this. As she walks up to Deku, as she's like, you clean up nice. As Izuku's like, what do you mean by that? Don't tell me, you fallen for me. As Izuku smirks, as she's like, as she stalks him. Wasn't flirting with you, I was just making a common compliment. With all the hair out of your face, you can actually see your face now. As it's time for to leave, so they talk for a little bit. They hang out at the arcade like normal routine. As they go the opposite way, where they go home. As Izuku gets home and he talks with his mom about his school life and stuff like that, boring stuff. As we cut to his late night flights he likes to take. Things are gonna pick up now, so let's continue. So the other dragons in this haven't, sorry, the dragons in this haven't, Izuku hasn't gone unseen and unnoticed. So that's to let you know that, they've been keeping an eye on him. As Izuku's flying in his dragon form, full dragon form. Not his full size, but, a decent size. As he's flying, as, he barely heard it, as two dragons, they hit him in high speeds as they passed him, as, there's a, dip mark on his, not dip mark, but you can see where they made impact on his scales, on, his upper chest. Or where, they soon pass him, like, near the chest area, upper chest, as, Izuku, it's spiraling, as, he expands his wings as he gets back up to his current position. As he's like, what the hell was that? Jesus. Dragons. Okay. As he's, running through all his memories. As he's dodging and weaving, trying to get, out of their way of sight. As they keep hitting him back and forth, as this has been going on, we're gonna cut to, a little thing with Izuku. As Izuku's like, as he hears, a voice, as he's like, pretty sad. Figure my reincarnation would, but more better fight in this. It's very pathetic. And you call yourself a dragon. As he's like, Izuku's like, who the hell is that? As he's like, where are you? As he's like, kid, you might want to dodge onto your left. As he dodges left, as he misses it, as the dragon misses him. And she's like, thanks, but what's going on? Like, where are you? I'm in your head, dumbass. Can't believe my well, what would he be called? Not son, not predecessor. I don't know. Let's just say, his reincarnation is like the new, I like my old me. I don't like this new Bardock. No, Bardock, sorry. Why did I say Bardock? Sorry. As Bahamid. Bardock. I don't know why I said Dragon Ball Z character name, whatever. As pretty sad state for, a shadow dragon, especially Bahamid himself. As he's like, dodge to the right. As he dodges, he's like, he gets scratched on his cheek. It bleeds a little bit. As he's like, you might want to watch out for that. You're not full grown, so you're going to have some weak spots. So, kid, are you going to sit there and let them, beat you up? As he's like, will you shut up and just let me handle this? As he's like, touchy, 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 kid. You could easily, do this. As, he tells him to shut up. As he's like, fine, I'll let you do your, I'll let you do your thing. Show no mercy, kid. As, as Izuku's eyes, glow purple. As he goes full speed into a black ooze portal. A black portal. As you're like, where the hell did he go? Keep an eye out. I've seen that technique before. Check your rear. As they check your rear as they blast when the portal opens, but nothing came out. What the hell? As several portals, all around them. And it's like, what the hell is this? Be on guard. As he says that, Izuku comes in, starts, quick attacking them. As he goes through another portal, as he's going back and forth, all two of them, as they're getting beat. As Izuku jumps out one of the portals, as he tails whipped them, he smacks him with his tail as he goes flying down to the ground. Now, where they're at is at far away from the city. So there's that. As Izuku grabs the other one by its as he's behind the second dragon, as he grabs onto rips his claws into the dragon's shoulder, and his back claws in the rest of his body, as he goes into a dive, slamming him into the ground, wrapping his tail around his neck, then snapping it, then throwing the carcass towards the other dragon. As he's like, Bahamid, the original. I'll just, offer Bahamid as Bahamid and, Izuku as, the current Bahamid. So, that's how you figure it out. So, let me light up another, bad thing I'm smoking, but whatever. Okay, let's continue. As he's like, brother, you'll pay for that, man. You demon. I'm gonna fix what, I'm gonna fix what the Dragon Council refused to do. As he comes in for a lunge at Izuku, trying to rip out his throat with his fangs. As Izuku's neck, maneuvers around him as he lunges, as he puts his whole jaw all around the dude's neck, the dragon's neck, as he lifts up his mouth, as he pounds him into the ground several times, as he throws him into a rock. As Izuku, I remember you guys now. From the old life. As he's like, that was dirty. I was like, there was no honor in that. As he's like, honor? You came behind and blindsided me. It's not my fault that you attacked me and you had no backup plan. As he slams his, his front paws, not front paws, as he wraps his tail around his neck. As he's like, nah, enough talking, time to die. As, Izuku's like, man, normally I would be, I'm normally a laid back guy. As, he has his tail around his neck, as he's squeezing. I was like, but judging by what, memories from the old me, apparently, the dude, yapping in my head, as he points his front claws to his head, as he's like, I haven't talked to anyone in centuries, kid. Yeah, and we're going to talk about that whole sealed necklace thing. I have some questions. As he's like, of course you do. As he's talking in his mindscape, as he's like, you'll die definitely from this. As he's laughing, as he's like, what's so funny? He's like, the council can't ignore your threat now. As like, oh, so you want the Dragon Council approval to what? Kill me? As he's like, exactly. As Izuku, his dragon form, smiles. As he's like, fine. You. As he's like, as he talks to Bardock. Are they watching us now? As he's like, yeah, most likely. Using surveillance magic. Most likely from one of the riders. As he's like, yeah. Oh well. As he's like, thanks. Me, I guess. This is going to be a hassle. As we go back to the current scene, as a conversation they had, it only took a couple seconds. Oh, sorry. The conversation they had was a couple minutes, but outside of, Izuku's head, it's only been like a millisecond. So as Izuku's like, as Izuku smiles, as he's like, alright. As he starts naming off the council members, as he's like, I know you're watching this. I know you got your little pet, rigged. Can't, got to keep eye on those, reckless dragons, but nevertheless, this is a warning. This is happening to you. Anyone interferes in my life. As he grabs as he unwraps, he unwraps his tail off the dragon's head, as he puts both of his claws, opens the jaw of the dragon, as he concentrate on his fire blast, condensing it into a beam and shooting right into the dragon's mouth as he's holding his jaw up, prying his jaw open. As all you see is the dragon's body spazzed out. That's only flop as his eyes roll over his eyes, as, steam is a lot of steam coming out of his mouth as it drops. As Izuku flies up, as he's hovering around the air, as he's condensing his, his beam to, a good amount. As he unleashes it, as it vaporizes the whole area, as he, destroys the evidence of the battle and the dragons that were there. As we cut to, I guess we'll cut to the holy dragons, I guess. Maybe I'll add more parts with them in the different dragons and the riders. That's, that are currently a writer. I could, it'll make it interesting, but let's continue. As there's a female writer, and her female, partner. Sorry, her dragon. They're packed. They changed things up. It's not like, floor spawn anymore. It's the dragon that chooses the rider nowadays, The whole thing that, the Shadow Dragons were all about. They eventually, after, the massacre of, the Shadow Dragons, there was a lot of discussions, a lot of infighting, and, some of our members were corrupted, so, stuff that happens in history, as, it's the same dragons from, no, let's say it's, it's a new dragon council. Younger dragons. The old dragons gave offspring, and, they left to, a secret realm that only dragons could travel to. When they're, basically, it's like a paradise area where they could finally die. So, it's a massive, magical space where dragons go to die. So that was depressing for a little bit. Sorry, guys. That just sounds depressing. Like, you spend all your time with this dragon, right? And like, oh yeah, as it just wants to die out of nowhere. It just flies in this magical portal or whatever, or just disappears in smoke or whatever. Don't know how that works, but don't know if this has been used in any other stuff. Like, majority of the stuff I put in this what if is just random ideas I got from anime and video games and movies. So don't know all of them. Actually, don't remember any of them. I just remember the concept of the idea. I've had in my head in a while. So let's continue. As Izuku, gets ready and, gets home. And we're gonna, time skip until end of the year. As, the discipline committee, had Kazuki. And she's like, I didn't do anything. Bunch of rich losers. And she's like, shut up. And as there's several students in there. As, it's Luna. And she's like, huh, there you are finally. You see, those are, I round up the most, promising students from our school that has the most, powerful quirk. As everyone's like, what is this about? She's like, I might be the school president, but I'm also the manager for for the for the Cork Blast tournament team for our school. I handpicked all of you, including, she's, regretting her decision to pick, Katsuki, but she's an asset, so, she looks over her personal feelings for now. And she's like, yeah, but this is not a, you're more than willing to, back out. But yet again, you'll disappoint our school and, won't look good for you for the rest of your time spent here. As, the rest of them all leave except for Bakugo and Katsuki. As he's like, I don't care. I was going to enter anyways. What about you, Dragon Boy? As, Katsuki asks. As all Izuku says, who is the current champion? As, as Luna smiles, kind of evilly a little bit. We're going to cut the episode there. Yeah, no. A little, cliffhanger. Sorry, guys, but I need to come up with the. That's the only way I could give myself some time to come up with, of the current champion of the for the Nationals Cork Blast tournament. So, hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. I'll catch you tomorrow. All right, bye.